So we're going to attempt a little painting on video for your amusement. That noise in the background is my compressor. It goes on and off periodically when I am painting. Primer that we're going to be using today, because today we're painting with primer, is the Ammo One Shot Gray. And whereas I was spraying it out of the bottle the other day, today I'm going to do it a little bit differently. And I'm not sure where my hobby knife is, so I will use tweezers inappropriately to break open this plastic wrapped bottle, because I can do that. This is a bottle of Atom brand thinner and cleaner, and with retarder. So what that will do is that will slightly alter some of the characteristics. I am using the Atom brand stuff because I have found that crossing brands can be problematic, and in particular I tried putting some Viejo Flow Improver into Atom paint and got really unfortunate results. So there's a few drops of thinner and retarder. And now somewhat healthy amount. Okay, that's on inside of the bottle, so I don't care. These little paint bottles are available cheap on Amazon. They've got an agitator and they have a two-part cap. So what I'm doing is I'm mixing up the cleaner and retarder. I also, if I'm serious about it, they've got this thing that comes from Badger, the airbrush company, paint mixer toy. That is kind of overkill for mixing a few drops of thinner. And now I got to clean it off. So I think that shaking is really indicated for something like this. I'd be more inclined to pull this out in the future if I am mixing two different paints. But this was inexpensive. It's like a $10 thing on Amazon. So put that on. Now, this is my Harder and Steenbeck airbrush. It's a smaller nozzle and a smaller paint cup. So we put a little primer in. I generally do not put the cover on the paint cup if I'm spraying, unless I am stopping for a minute. And respirator is always a good idea. And I am about to turn on the fan, so this is going to become a lot less audible. We'll see how this goes. The first thing I want to put primer on is this bedroll that goes on the back of the tank. Forgot to paint that yesterday. that will do. That will do for that for now. I have been working my way around the fenders that cover over the tracks on this tank. And we're low on paint. We do not want to run it dry because then the air blowing by will dry out what little paint is left in the cup, and then it becomes annoying to clean. So yeah, getting primer on this guy is a thing that's going to happen slowly. Now, a couple more things left to do. These are things that are going to go on the outside of the tank. Because of their small size, what I do is I use these cheap scrub sponges from the supermarket, because I can jam wooden toothpicks. Wooden toothpicks are something that you can buy in bulk. And then, in order to ensure that these things really don't blow away, and you notice that I forgot to turn on the ventilation. That's really not too bad because these are water-soluble paints. And now I'm sure you didn't hear that because I had the ventilation going, but these are water-soluble paints. There's nothing in these that is really dangerous. So that's today's painting. Now I need to clean this thing. So this is called a spray out pot. This is a hard-run Steenbeck, so this nozzle protector, needle protector is removable. If I leave that on when I put this in the clean out pot, it's likely to end up falling in, and then I got to fish it out, which sucks. When it removed, the pointy end is quite extended and noticeable, so we want to be careful. So now I'll turn this back on, and we are just going to spray what paint remains into the spray out top. Actually, you know, because I put together a separate bottle and the stuff in the cup is the same as the stuff in the bottle, I can see if I can pour any back out. Doesn't want to come out, not much anyway, so we will cap this back up and save the rest for later. So we're gonna continue spraying out. So I use distilled water when I'm spraying out in order to just clean it out, because it is a water-based paint. And now I get to clean it out. And I may make a video on that at some other point in time.